Omo man, S&M clan. Right now the streets is so slippery, very hot. People are not smiling.
Any mistake you make,
Omo.
you go down.
Yo, S&M clan.
slope.
Yeah, some people on the chopping block, right? But I mean, some things are just said. And yeah, some things can be quite triggering though, but I want to do this one. Anyways, I beg gists. Plenty.
Get in.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk BB Ninja. Let's talk BB Titans. Let's talk BB Ninja. Let's talk BB Titans. Shaka my ring done come with the latest. Shaka my ring done come with the gist. BB Ninja, BB Ninja. Let's talk BB Ninja.
Like, share, and subscribe. Yebo!
What's good, S&M clan? It's a boy Shark Ace. I'm back on a brand spanking new video. Before guys straight to the S&M clan, before we do, please subscribe
and tap on the like button, S&M clan. If you're that S&M clan member, that always remember to tap on the like button. You are the real goats, baby.
Thank you guys.
And if you're that S&M clan member that always forget, I don't know why you forget, but please tap on the like button. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Shout out to you guys. Now let's begin S&M clan. On the street right now, very slippery. I mean, very hot. You see one or two things, yeah.
You could collect.
You collect, right?
You collect through.
And I mean, some things are happening. But let's start off with this. I will give a backstory of why this is happening, right?
Yeah.
Now, someone made a statement, right? Based on Kassia and her fans, right? This person said Kassia's fans sacrificed her so that her cheating husband will win the show. But they're everywhere calling people birds. You are the biggest birds, fools. You have lost every right to speak on feminism or girl power, women supporting women or anything of that sort. Clowns, right? Now, the reason why this person is saying this, is because of what happened, with Bella, right?
Yeah.
Something happened at S&M clan, and I was like, okay, while I did. Well, there was a report, right, that said this article is more than 2 months old, right? And the article read, killed women count. In other words, there's a header, the amount of, women that has been killed, so far this year, 2024, right? And it further said 50 women allegedly killed by men in UK so far in 2024, right? Report, 50 is a very high number, yeah. It's high though.
Why?
Yeah, it's very, very high. Yo.
Like why?
Yeah, that's crazy, right? So 50, right, allegedly killed by men so far in the UK, right? Or in UK so far in 2024, right? And yes, there was a reaction, from Bella. Sometimes, when you react to certain things, yes, every reaction might be how you feel about something, right? And every reaction cannot really be taken, away from you. But there are some sorts of reaction that are being labeled because of your person or your figure when you just come out, in public and talk about certain things, right? If you try to be, for example, a regular person, maybe just a fan or whatever that say whatever, I don't think...
It will happen. It will still happen.
Yeah, but
this is not a topic to take lightly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, sometimes, some things that are taken overboard is because of the kind of person that person is.
It depends.
E.g. a public figure. If now a normal person, if it's a normal person that says something like this, best believe this will not be blown out of proportion.
No, I don't agree.
I'm telling you.
It depends on the topic. This is not the topic. Public figure.
I'm
telling you, public figure or not.
It won't, right?
This is not that topic that maybe because, this person is a celebrity.
Yeah.
People are bullied out of proportion. I understand what you mean, but this particular topic, celebrity, public figure or not,
like I said,
it can't.
Like I said, should be told.
Type am first if you think you will be celebrity.
Is it today this has happened?
Type am.
It's not today this has happened now.
No,
we have seen cases.
The same reaction.
We have seen cases where a regular person will make a certain tweet and it's just being talked about without certain things happening because this person is not attached to anything that can actually feed the person.
Maybe not this topic.
Good. I've seen countless times, right?
This topic is a very
now
serious
Bella
thing.
reacted to what was happening, right? About 50 women killed allegedly, right, in UK, right? Now she said this, right? It's truly a woman's world. Because why are women always seen as victims? She's asking a question, right? Let's treat this line first, right? This first statement is truly a woman's world, because why are women always seen as victims? In other words, the news, the reports you guys saw about 50 women allegedly killed in UK by men is more of like, why is this being talked about? Like, are these people victims? Why is it that, whatever happens or surrounds a woman, it's always, always heavy?
Yeah.
You understand, right? In other words, I'm endorsing, I'm not supporting this report about,
because, do you understand what, like, you saw this report, and the first thing that came to your mind is women are not victims. Why are they talking about this, that? This is a woman world. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I truly do not understand that, because this is a news about women. We are not talking about men. Let's be honest. This news is not about men at all. Do you understand? So if you have nothing to say about this whole thing, why not just keep quiet and coming to say this is a women's world? Are we talking about this being a women's world, or talking about 50 women that were killed by men? I didn't just understand the question she's asking. Because if it's another topic that we're talking about, fine, let's have that conversation separately. But this is not the conversation at hand. Why is she talking about it?
I understand the whole sensitivity of this issue. You understand? Such issues, it's full of sensitivity, right? People might just, decide, to get triggered, even when certain things might not actually get them triggered, but they just get triggered. Yes, it's possible. You understand, right? And she further said it, right? My heart goes out to my brothers and all the men out there, because what women cannot do does not exist. In other words, when you see a situation surrounding a woman that has to do certain things, e.g. this or whatever, the woman made that happen. She is not a victim.
It's the man,
it's the man that is
not the dead
victim.
Woman. I don't understand.
So this threw everywhere into chaos, S&M clan. When I say chaos, we mean chaos.
Now,
it was crazy.
I feel like Bella. What she's saying, I understand what she's saying. But in this particular news, I do not get it. This is a different conversation that we can have. Like, someone can just bring it up and we're like, why are men not even coming out to say their own experience with a woman? I don't know if you guys understand what I mean. Like, men need to actually come out to talk about their experience. Do you understand? Or someone like brought it up. But how can I see a news that 50 women were killed by men in the UK? And the first thing that came to my mind is, it's a women's world. Women are not victims. I truly do not get it.
S&M clan, in my own opinion, I have to be honest with you guys. For Bella, she actually, in a way, I get her point. You understand, right?
That's what I'm saying, but not in this topic.
Even in this topic, I get her point.
She wasn't supposed to react this way, first of all. If that is like a second tweet.
Can I speak?
I get it.
Can I speak?
Yeah, speak, please.
And even in this context, even in this topic, I get her point. Yes, things do happen that you see. She alone now that is talking about this case, about how it's a woman's world or whatever. Now, the only problem is when it was generalized. The only issue now is when it was generalized, right? It's truly a woman's world, right? And of course, she now spoke about, how, or why are women always seen as victims? Now, why are women? You have generalized every woman. And this is one thing we keep talking about here, some sensitive things, people talk about, when it's being generalized can cause a problem, right? She made a point here. Definitely, you can see people, some women, some men, people out there, that things do happen. And when you get to the issue and detail on what's happened, you will find out that man was innocent.
You see how you said it?
You understand?
You see how you said it?
Right?
Properly.
Right? You will find out that even this woman, some people lied. People do certain things against people. And when you see that because it's a woman, automatically the man becomes judged. We have said this here before. There are people, some men out there, they become even judged before they are trialed. Before they are even checked on, the judgment has been passed.
But the issue is this, right? I understand what you're trying to say.
So that's why I said she made a point here, but it was the generalization that spoiled this.
My own is this. The generalization.
She made a point.
I did not get it. You're not supposed to generalize. Secondly, the reaction from the news is what I do not understand. That's my point. My point is this.
Yeah.
You got a news about 50 people that died from men, right?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. Oh, the first thing that came to your mind is, what about these men? What about these women that died?
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, we don't know the issue that happened, but must they die?
Yeah.
Must they die?
Yeah.
People, if you have issues with anybody, man or woman, you take a walk. If you're tired of anything, you take a walk, you leave.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to kill anybody, because the way she said it doesn't make sense to me at all, because if you have an issue with anybody, you take a walk. But her saying that she's concerned about men, I get it, because men, they're not supposed to cry, they're not supposed to do this, or they're supposed to be strong, which is very, very, very terrible, because I feel like men, even from their growing age, they're already like passing through stuff. Oh, maybe when somebody pinches them, they're not supposed to talk, which is something that people should unlearn, relearn, and grow. But that's why we talk about self-development. It's not everything that they instill in you that you must take. Understandable. But you making it like about like men, when we are talking about women that died, did not make sense to me. If you want us to have that conversation, fine, let's have that conversation about the whole thing. But this topic did not make sense to me.
S&M clan, let me repeat myself. Bella made a strong point. You understand, right? She made a strong point, right? I won't take this from her. The only thing is more of like, when some things are being generalized, that is a different thing entirely, right? Because she is saying, truth be told, it's a woman's world. When people talk about how it's a man's... When people talk about, for example, how it's a man's world, you will see some people clamoring, fighting against that notion or narrative to make sure it's not, right? To make sure that isn't, right? Because of how they don't want that to happen, because of how sometimes they want to fight for equality, because of how they want to fight for an even ground, they won't want, a certain narrative to come out how it's a man's world, right? Now, the thing now is, if Bella just spoke about how it's a woman's world, definitely you might find some people, even women, accepting the fact that yes, it's a woman's world. Now, the thing out here is they were quite triggered because of how she said that, why is it that every woman you see out there, are seen as victims, right? And her reacting, to the 50 women allegedly killed by men in UK, right? So it's quite crazy how things are, because I'll state this again, a reaction is a reaction. How she reacted to this was quite different because of her own person, and how she was supposed to react to this was not meant to be like this. If she didn't generalize this thing, I can tell you for a fact this won't go this way. I'm telling you. Because yes, there's some women, should be told, they pretend to be victims when they are not victims. It's very clear. And there's some people out there, the other gender as well, that do pretend to be victims when they are not victims. You understand? It's very simple. You cannot come and tell me that there are people out there that are truly victims and they are actually victims. That is not true. That is not possible. There are people out there that claim to be victims, but they are not. There are people out there that set people up, that do nasty things. And I know that when you find out the nitty-gritty detail of what happened, you'll be shocked. You won't believe. You don't believe, right? So there's certain instances that happen that, when a woman or when some women come about certain things about what they've been through with certain people, and people tend to hear and listen to what they have to say, find out in detail what is really happening before you pass judgment. So she's here trying to say that, it's truly a woman's world. Because at the end of the day, when these women, do certain things or cry about certain things, yes, people just come and just pass judgment without them actually finding in detail what is really the matter and problem.
My own piece is this. I don't believe in is a woman's world or is truly a man's world.
Someone want to take that. Someone want to take that, actually.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, both genders faces their own problems.
You understand?
It's who comes out to talk about it that we know.
They might not have your kind of thinking. They might not be like you.
Other people, if people come out to talk about it. But the fact is this, right? I understand that the society have made men look like, oh, you're not supposed to show
crazy
certain emotion, this and that. But can we just talk about the fact that at this point, we need to have ownership of ourselves?
Sure.
It's not everything that the society tells you to do is what you do.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If you face a certain thing, you come out and talk about it. If you just don't talk about it, you keep quiet. But if people that have the mind to come out to talk about their experience, I do not understand where, because you hear like it's always about women coming out to like talk about the things that they face, and you come out to say, oh, but what about the men that are not talking about it? Let me tell you something. Even women that come to talk about it to face this backlash, we've seen it a lot of times. Where a woman comes to complain about the same thing, they'll ask you, what did you do? What did you do? You did something. That's why this person did this, that. So people face the same thing. If men need to learn how to come out to like, talk about their own experience too. So that it won't tell us, oh, it's a women's war, it's a men's war. Because at the end of the day, women have the mind to come out and talk about their stuff. And I'm going to hold you accountable. If you do not come out to talk about your experience, and now when topics like this come out, you tend to like make it look like, oh, they are attacking you. Then I do not understand it. That's my own P. If you come out to talk about your experience, then we'll see what happens. If you don't know what to talk about it.
Have you witnessed a case when a lady actually set this man up in a way that, you know, she was actually forced, right? She was, how do I put it? You know, she was assaulted, right? Sexually, right? She put it out there, and that narrative came out, and this man was jailed for about close to 60-something years. Only for this man to come out innocent that nothing like that happened because they found out that this lady lied.
My point is
now,
this. Do you know what my point
they
is?
will believe that because of the fact that she has spoken about that. So there's a high chance of that happening without them digging. Now, you cannot tell me this man wasted 67 years of his life as an innocent person and came out when that woman lied.
I understand
now,
what you're saying.
Now, people pretend to be victims when they are not victims.
I agree.
So what
I'm trying to say is this. There is nothing like there's nothing like comparison in cases like this.
Yeah.
Women face a lot. Men face a lot. That's my point. My point is this. Women have their own issues. Men have their own issues. But issues like this, you don't come out to come and start taking sides. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Because people face a lot of things. Then if a particular topic comes out like, oh, this woman came out to like lay a complaint that, oh, this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
Fine, investigate the matter. But not when they brought something that they said 50 women died.
Don't just, you know,
50 women died.
Yeah, don't just disregard that.
I do not understand what she was saying in this case. That's my problem. Because at this point, they are dead.
Yeah.
Dead. So even though, like, the men were the victim and those women that died were not, but they are dead. That's my point.
That's your point, because they're dead?
Yeah, like, they are dead. Do you understand? Like, you coming out to say, oh, this is women's what? It just giving, like, you not even hear the side of these women that died.
For example, someone that is dead, I mean, can definitely not defend themselves again, right?
Yeah,
we understand
because
that, right?
Know their own side of the story.
Yeah, we get that, right? But I don't want to put like, what if? Because I mean, someone that is...
If you say what if, then when a woman comes to complain and she complains, then we are not going to say what if for the man.
So there is no need now tackling Bella on 100 because of what has been said.
I am not tackling Bella. I'm tackling the fact that
those people that might have passed away... These people that must have passed away, you know, can still be on a narrative that some of them are not victims. And that is quite possible. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not saying they are not victims. I'm just trying to say you hearing this and you coming out saying it's a women word.
Yeah.
It does not make sense.
I get that. Because that is the reason why, you know, they are dragging Kassia's fans and Kassia about this whole issue. There are some of Kassia's fans were like, you know, coming for Bella, you know, insulting Bella about how she's this or that. They do not have the right to speak on feminism or whatever. And I said, well, I mean, anybody can, even if, because they spoke about how, you know, Kassia's fans, you know, if they could sacrifice Kassia for Kelly Ray. So what power, what guts do they have to talk about Bella when they could, like, you know, push Kassia away and vote for Kelly Ray? That for them to do that, you know, what is your business with Bella or anybody talking about, you know, 50 women that were killed allegedly, that they should not just, you know, force this thing or cry more than they bereaved? It's quite crazy as a plan. Because someone said this, right?
What was that?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? No, like, what are you saying?
Oh, my goodness.
That Kassia was sacrificed. You are talking about voting here.
This is, I mean,
we are talking about money here. We're talking about voting. Kassia was like, I understand the point where you are coming from.
You understand which point?
No, where they said, oh, Kassia was sacrificed.
How was she sacrificed?
Wait, you thinking about it that way, understandable to you, but please lay it on the table.
Yeah.
They need the money.
Yeah.
How are they going to do it? You're trying to say that, Kellyrae would have been sacrificed and leave Kassia. But S&M clan or whoever, you guys know that the voting, if you just lay it down, you just think about it logically, they would have voted for Kellyrae more, like more, and they needed the money. The only thing on the table was the money. Grab the money as much anyhow you can grab it. And Kassia was like, they took Kassia out, even with the family like supported it and the whole thing. So I don't understand where the whole they sacrificed that, or even if you say they sacrificed, let it just be a sarcastic comment. Let's not be like a serious conversation.
But it's a serious conversation though. Marine, it's a serious conversation, honestly.
At the end of the day, who is going to still chop the money at the end of the day?
Yeah.
So making it like a whole woman and man thing in this situation, I really do not get it, unless it causes trouble.
Well, it's quite crazy because someone said true. In most cases, men suffer more than women, but since rarely speak about such incidents or are too ashamed. The world is indifferent or unaware. And of course, Bella said they are made to be strong and not weak or fragile.
You
cannot talk about how men suffer more than women. Well, you can't state that. Nobody can state that. Nobody can still state how women suffer more than men. It can't be stated, please.
So if someone comes out,
it can be stated.
Each person with their experience.
That's nonsense talk. Yeah,
that is what I believe in.
Yeah,
each person with their experience, whether man or woman.
Nobody suffers more than the other. It's that simple.
So if you're seeing more of women coming out to talk about it, now it has given like there's a higher ratio of women passing through a lot. Because that is what we're hearing.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about the society. I feel like at this point, take your power back. Because I don't understand why you give all your power to society. Society told you not to cry. I don't want to consign me at this point.
Right? This is why I said the society always play a major role.
I don't get it.
Depth and influencing things.
I don't get it.
Who said men are? Who said some? How are men not made to? I mean, if a man definitely complains about certain things, how does that make that person not a man, for example?
I don't understand it.
Or comes out or cries out about certain things.
That is why I'm not even about
That is why they hide in their shells.
I'm not even about to start blaming men. I know why. Because this whole mentality started from when they were growing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's something they have to unlearn and relearn. But I feel like sometimes these men, now I feel like some of them, maybe they don't even want to change.
Look at the stuff that you saw now.
They just want to, when topics like this come out, they want to stand as an excuse. They don't want us to show our emotions. Keep saying that. Instead of you to change, you're waiting till when topics like this come out, you start to open your mouth to say, they don't allow us to cry. They don't allow us to do this.
No, that's bullshit. It's the fact that she generalized this and there was no any form of, how do I put it? It was just blank.
Yeah, it was just giving like, I'm siding these people.
You understand, right?
That's
it's just blank, right?
You see,
because someone said this, right? That men should learn to speak out too. And Bella said, how? Would you believe them if they do?
They're just like shutting the gates. They're shutting the gates
It's
off.
crazy. So people are calling, Bella's brand to drop Bella. They are calling brands here and there to drop Bella. That is this a kind of useless person you have as an ambassador? Drop this person. She's endorsing, women, just going through shit and at the end of the day, losing their lives. That she's endorsing it and supporting men. So they are calling for brands to drop Bella. And I'm like, yo, that's quite crazy.
Well, I don't understand. What has that got to do?
Well,
but anyways, sometimes people take things extreme.
Right?
Because, see, what you don't know, you do not know.
Yeah.
That's life. Right? If you're advocating for people, you advocate for both genders because at the end of the day, we are human.
Yeah.
We are human. You can't just come and be talking from one side of your mouth.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. You're removing from another person's experience. If you don't experience that stuff, why just keep quiet? There are certain topics, if you don't know enough about it, just keep quiet.
You understand, right?
Just keep quiet.
Because, some of course are like, dragging Onyeka's fans. This person said Onyeka's fans saying Bella is dangerous and misogynistic. When Onyeka looked someone in the eye and said, use me to get information from the girl now. This girl that said you did follow Toto instead of you to follow human being with Sabi Cook. Onyeka is the most dangerous. Rest. So in other words, they're still attacking Onyeka's fans. Onyeka as well that,
that Onyeka is dangerous.
Yeah, who gives them the right to be, crucifying, Bella, when look at what your fave, is doing as well. So I'm like, I mean,
why do you always like to drag someone into the
crazy.
whole thing?
It's crazy.
Like, do you understand that Bella is misogynistic? That she hates her fellow women.
Yeah, yo.
Her fellow woman.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, I just feel like there are certain things that when you see it, if you don't know what to say, just like keep quiet.
You understand, right?
Because you are taking away from people's experiences.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Yes,
but in this case, the reaction was insensitive to me because this is a news about women. You made it about a man. I do not understand it. If you want us to have that conversation, as I said, it's a topic that can be treated.
Yeah.
But in that case, come on.
All right, so understandable. Western can let us know what you feel about that because, she had to in a way, retract, her statement. She felt some type of way, right? Because of the whole, dragons here and there, right? Now she said, my tweet was taken out of context. I could have articulated myself better. I side with anyone and everyone who has experienced all this sort of negativity, as no one should experience these things. As a public figure, I have to be extremely careful when speaking, as it can easily be misconstrued. I am learning. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Right? So, like I said before, sometimes someone will come out with a statement, a regular person, and some people like, yeah, you understand, right? But for Bella, it's because, she ain't regular in a way, right? So definitely, yeah, they will see that. And of course, peek on that. But at the end of the day, yeah, there was no form of any sympathy. It was bland. It was just blank, It's just crazy to me, right? But like I said, the whole generalization stuff, yeah, that is why I found the fault in. This is the same that happened, Sophina, when she spoke about the whole, postino, whatever, how every woman, right? That the word, generalizing some things, right, can actually cause a major problem, right? Pick your words, know how you pick it, right? Because what you're talking about and when you're generalizing something, it happens. Yes, it does. When you say people did this, everybody did this, they have done it. Some of them have. Most of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But when you say all, that is when it's not possible. You understand, right? You cannot tell me that everyone is bad. Everyone is good. Some people are good. Some people are bad. You understand, right? Very good. Okay.
Yeah, that's just it, like the whole, I just felt like she would have just said it in a better way.
Yeah.
That's my whole point of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Just said it in a better way, but we are humans at the end of the day. She understood that what she said in a way, but how she said they misconstrued it, I don't really get that part because come on, what you said did not make sense. But to you, it made sense. It made sense in another conversation, not the news. That's my point, not that particular news.
Cool. Fair enough.
Hey, the whole Kassia thing is like the whole feminism, people are not supposed to talk to Kassia's fans are not supposed to be talking to Bella, blah, blah, blah. They're not supposed to put mouth because they sacrificed their fave. To me, I just felt like in that case, if Kassia had like shown a regret or regret over the whole decision, I would have said, oh, okay, there's no like, even though she was in the house, the family supported it and everything. And she, even in the house at some point, gave a hint that people should vote for Kelly Ray. Do you guys understand? Even in our explanation, we're like, I hope this is not going to cause any problem in the future. Like, making Kassia leave the house and Kelly Ray, winning the money. We gave options. Oh, Kelly Ray is the husband. My money is my money. Your money is my money. Do you understand? And give another option of some people can actually make that money come out and change on their wife and not give their wife money. But you understand, at the end of the day, it's still Kassia's decision to make. So her coming out and she didn't regret it. I didn't now understand the context of the whole sacrifice stuff. And that's why I said that if it's a sarcastic comment, I get that. Just sarcasm, like a passing comment. But if it's a very serious thing, I do not actually understand it.
Yeah, I get that. So how about the ones still, Onyeka's fans calling Bella dangerous and misogynistic?
That's a statement you make. It will seem misogynistic. Do you understand? Like, oh, you hate women. Sometimes a man will make a particular
because I'm waiting that they use on man a lot about how men, that's what they always. I think it's just a word that they just want to just fancy and just say.
No, it just means when someone hates a woman.
I get that. You understand, right?
It is a particular. If it comes from
two words that men a lot all the time.
It comes from that's if you display the tendency now.
Even when they don't display, they just talk. They just say it. Just say it out of fancy.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
But major cases that if you make certain statements about women and that does not make sense, not even coming from a place of love or anything, anything that has to do with women, you're angry.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean Bella is dangerous or misogynistic.
I think that's what I'm saying. People like to throw things out of
Onyeka fans say this one.
I don't understand that part.
Kassia fans calling her a bed or a fool or whatever.
Yeah, but you know when you hear that 50 women died from this and this is how you. So if someone thinks it from that angle, I don't really blame them.
I get that, but sometimes people do cry more than the bereaved. Like I said, because they themselves, normally another person will say this and they won't say pain.
Another thing is this.
Don't say
another
word.
thing is this. You don't even need to express something for you to actually have something to say about the particular topic. Because at the end of the day, either you know someone that has faced that thing, or do you understand what I mean? Like you don't need to be in the situation to.
I get that. I understand. Sometimes people do things because of the BB Niger community. I'm telling you. Another person will do this now. This same person won't say any word. They won't say anything. They won't attack.
I don't think so.
Come on now, Marine. I'm telling you.
If it happens, I don't like how.
These are things I witness now. Come on.
That's why I said.
I sleep on the timeline. I live there.
That's why I said.
That's my place.
That's why I said that to them.
When I say I see something, I see
That's why I said that, right? Public figure or not. If someone says things like this or something that looks misogynistic or hates for men or hates for women, whether public figure or not, you would definitely get a reaction.
All right. Well, that's not it is what it is. At the end of the day, my opinion, no one suffers more than the other. You understand? Everyone has their own experience of how they tend to go through their phases in life. You understand, right? So when we say, the men are suffering and the women or the women are nothing like that.
But people they suffer. You understand, right? People suffer past.
But
people suffer past.
People do.
I just said people suffer past.
But that's their own experience and how they want to put it on how they do. You understand, right? But I cannot tell you this person did more than this person. No, I can't state that. You understand, right? How do you measure suffering? How? Please. Someone will tell you what it went through, even when he has all the whole money in the world. I'll tell you that I suffered. Can I take that away and say you didn't suffer because you have money? No. I can't do that. So people do not suffer more than the other. Everyone have their own experience of suffering. Everyone have their own experience of their phases in life. It's that simple. You understand, right? But at the end of the day, people can say whatever they want to say, but please stop generalizing things. Stop it. You understand, right? Stop it. Don't do that, right? It is what it is. That's how much feel about that. Because besides that, Wani, herself and herself, Handy and Suge, they went, to collect the prize from me. Wani is so dramatic, eh? When Wani is appreciative, hey! The world go hear him.
Yes, so please.
You understand what, right?
She won 1 million and 1 year supply of
respectively, Wani 1 million, Handy 750K.
Yes.
How many
6 months supply of noodles.
Suge 500K, how many months of?
3 months.
3 months, right? 1 year, 6 months, 3 months. While they finish. Suge go parallel. Suge say, you are supposed to give me 1 year supply. 1 year. How Suge want to survive now?
3 months supply of noodles.
Oh my goodness.
Even 1 year, I feel like they are doing a giveaway.
Really?
They're giving out the noodles. It's a lot. I think 24 cartons or something.
Why? Okay, Okay, that's crazy. Well, let us know what you feel about that because Wani said this, right? She said, being that girl is not an outfit, not a tax bracket, not where you live. It's an aura, a light that can't be hidden, a mindset one that uplifts unconsciously, a pure heart. You either have it or you don't. You understand, right? Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
I agree too.
Yeah, being that girl is not really an outfit. You understand, right? It's an aura thing. It's an aura. You understand, right? It is what it is. Well, anything else on the table?
No.
Yeah, anyways, that's some client ready in the dream. One comment. Yeah, let us know what you feel about this video. If you love this video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and a like the video. See, I share with this comments. We say thank you. You guys are very best. You guys are awesome. Always remember, never to give up. Be the best at what you do. Success is guaranteed. It's not an option. Until then, guys, so just guys, peace. Yeah, boy, check a like.